Did you know that you can lie on your job application, then have your lie uncovered, and then still sue the company for not hiring you and win? Welcome to Canada, friends. Today we're talking about the crazy tale of Mohammed Haseeb. Let us step away from federal politics just for a moment today to talk about some of the other things currently happening in Canada. We're talking about something Canada is becoming increasingly known for all around the world, and it's not good. It's our irreparably flawed Human Rights Tribunal system. You may remember our quasi-judicial Human Rights Commission system from such abominations as prosecuting my boss, Ezra Levant, for publishing the Danish cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad, giving violent transgender wax my balls activist Jonathan Yaniv the time of day and the ability to drag immigrant estheticians through a punitive and expensive system where the process is indeed the punishment because these women refuse to touch his male genitalia for any number of reasons, from religious objections to safety issues. Oh, and more recently, Canada's Human Rights Tribunal system has allowed Edmonton-based serial vexatious human rights litigant James Ciranowski to take parents to court because the parents didn't hire him to babysit their kids. Ciranowski claimed gender-based discrimination even when the parents failed to hire him because they just didn't need a sitter anymore. Well, friends, we've got another crazy case to add to the ever-growing list. Enter Mohammed Haseeb. And this one, it's going to blow your mind. You can find the full story over at the Financial Post. Let's go through it together. Mohammed Haseeb, a university graduate in engineering, has been awarded over $120,000 by the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario in a discrimination in employment application against Imperial Oil. Okay, that sounds like it could slightly be legitimate. That is, until we get into exactly what unfolded here. On his application to Imperial Oil, Haseeb stated falsely that he was eligible to work in Canada on a permanent basis. Because of this information, Imperial Oil offered him a job. Then Imperial Oil, doing what they should do, asked for proof of citizenship or permanent residency, and Haseeb could not provide it because he wasn't either one of those things. And as a result, Imperial Oil withdrew their job offer to him. Now, I'm going to read directly from that Financial Post article. Before the Human Rights Tribunal, the company argued that the offer was rescinded because of Haseeb's dishonesty, not his lack of citizenship. The tribunal held that although Haseeb may have been dishonest, the discriminatory policy the company followed was enough to constitute a violation of Ontario's Human Rights Code. What discriminatory policy is that, you may ask? The employer distinguished between candidates based on whether or not they were Canadian citizens. The tribunal ruled that this distinction was not a bona fide occupational requirement. Though it is legitimate not to hire someone because they lied, if the reason they lied was to avoid discriminatory treatment, the tribunal held, the lie is justified and the question is illegal. Wait, though, there's more. There's always more. Haseeb successfully argued that he was entitled to be paid lost income for the 4 years. Yes, 4 years. His case took to be heard and decided. On top of that, he was awarded $15,000 as compensation for injury to his dignity, feelings, and self-respect. Okay, let's break this down because those are a lot of bad government rules for us to digest all at once. According to this ruling, it seems it is discriminatory as a practice to insist on hiring people eligible to work in Canada for Canadian jobs. Why? Because the government says this amounts to discrimination. And it's fine for someone to completely falsify their credentials. In this case, the credentials were one's eligibility to obtain work in Canada and still sue a company for not giving them the job, as long as the applicant claims they lied because they feel like they're being discriminated against after the fact. The tribunal said that this dishonesty was justified. We also find out it is the responsibility of the company to pay for the sheer ineptitude of the quasi-judicial gong show here. The complainer, Haseeb, got 4 years of losses because that's how long it took for this to be resolved. That's not the company's fault that the government moves at the speed of January molasses, but yeah, the company's going to pay anyway. And lastly, in Canada, you can expect a windfall if your feelings are hurt by your boss who was never actually your boss because he didn't hire you because you are a liar. The more you know. Now, why would any company want to do business in Canada when this is the garbage that companies have to worry about? Liars gaming the system and then playing the victim after the fact. Friends, if you think for a second that there is no possible way that BC's Human Rights Tribunal could rule on the side of Jonathan Yaniv, or that Alberta's Human Rights Tribunal could rule on the side of James Cernowski, well, then you haven't been paying attention. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. I know my video today was, for once, not about the election campaign, but you can find all of our election campaign coverage over at campaign2019.com. Now, we don't take any money from the government. Justin Trudeau is not our sugar daddy, and it costs us a lot of money to get our reporters all across the country to get to where the news is. If you'd like to donate to help us cover the cost to send our reporters to chase down Liberal candidates or any other candidate, you can do that at that website at campaign2019.com.